Hi crypto guys, hi SwissBorgers. I hope you're well. It's been a long time we haven't done a live, so we're really excited about it. Anthony, myself, we're gonna be talking about a bit about SwissBorg, our vision. We're gonna answer your questions. And by the way, thank you all for being very active by answering. By putting all the questions online. There's a lot of great thoughts. And that's the best way how we could really create this decentralized autonomous organization is when you guys take part of it. And really thank you so much for everyone. I can see that there's a lot of regulars that are already connected. Naveen, nice to have you as always from Singapore. Kevin, cool as well. We'll be going through a lot of different questions and we'll be answering them very shortly. And I think so with Anthony, what we have to now talk about is again, what is SwissBorg? What is our real purpose? A lot of people have been asking the different questions about what's the real utility of our token and how we could really express it. How can we really, through a community-centered approach, create a new era of wealth management? And maybe I'll ask the question to Anthony because he's not always online, and I'm sure you're all very curious about his vision. But Anthony, what's our vision at SwissBorg?
Well, as you mentioned, most of the time it's still difficult to people to figure out what is the long-term value that SwissBorg will bring to the ecosystem. The thing is, not only we look at blockchain technology and cryptocurrency market as an asset classes, that's just one part of a scheme. We are here to capitalize and to really change, to be a game changer in the financial market. So what we want to do is leverage on the blockchain technology to bring the investment solution to another level. And even if the background of the team is really tied to the traditional financial market, because most of the team is coming from does have a very experienced background in very traditional investment market. We do believe that the way financial services is delivered today, the way it is done, is over. We're just gonna go through a new shift of paradigm. And what we want to bring on the table at SwissBorg is really to embrace this new shift of paradigm. I
couldn't agree more. I mean, really, what you guys have to understand is that what Anthony was saying is that we got frustrated like everyone, and we really want to create, a community-centric approach through this meritocratic system that we have built. And for that, we're really leveraging, blockchain ecosystem, and we're leveraging you guys. I mean, don't forget always at the end, the most valuable assets that we have today is not our crypto that we're holding. It's you guys. It's really about how together, through the swarm intelligence, we could be building something much better, much stronger than Goldman Sachs and any other bank in the world. Because at the end is that if we all focus all together and all of your opinions are that actually have a voice and are counted within our DAO, that's how we leverage better resources, better talents, and that's really, I think, so what we'll be doing going forward.
Yeah. So not only we're gonna bring you investment solution that you can capitalize on our investment experience, but our main goal is to bring you an investment hub that will enable you to really experiment a new level of financial services. So the next milestones, the next big step for SwissBorg is to release this investment hub. And when we look at the way we're going to structure this investment hub, it's the first thing to do is to participate to the referendum that you can influence the further development of this application. So either choose that doing this investment app on a responsive website, or either go to the mobile solution. So we really rely on you guys to bring you wisdom and to help us to bring the best investment app that we can do.
Before getting into digging into all your great questions, I think so it'll be a great thing just to update you a bit on our conditions. So on our side, things are going really well. We're really focusing a lot on governance. People have a lot of express about what we're doing with marketing, but more importantly, now today we're at prime time. We're at prime time to focus on what we should develop, and not only focused on what we should develop is that we have to find as well the right people to do so. And so we're really focusing right now on governance. And the great thing is that we're adding a lot of new values, and they have great assets with them from the dev team. Yeah, Nicolas Raymond joined us recently. We just have as well signed yesterday with a new developer that he's really fluent in Scala. We're very expecting a lot of great things from him. We have as well hired more people in Japan for Japan community, but as well for China. We'll talk about that right after when we'll dig into the questions. We have hired as well a new analysts to take part in the investment team and to bring as well some content and research that all you guys are going to benefit. We're going to talk about that. And we've been focusing on as well bringing in a new head of legal that will enable us to really surf all the waves that right now with market authorities is not that easy. And so yeah, as you see, we're really focusing on governance mainly right now, and that's why we're a bit not as active on promoting different services or new products. Is really that now we're building it, and we really have a core team which is getting better and better per day, and really proud about that.
Because we strongly believe that if we, from the very beginning, we put in place the right team, the right vision, and we make sure that everyone is working in the same direction, we strongly believe that in the long term, we will be a key players in the coin market or in the blockchain industry. Because right now what we see with other projects is people rushing to provide an MVP or to provide an investment solution. But does it really change the game? Is it not the purpose of the blockchain technology and all the ICO project to change the statu quo? This is the purpose that we have at SwissBorg, and we want to make sure that the past three months were spent to recruit the right team to put in place everything that in the next coming month we can bring with all the things that we promise to you guys during the last few months.
So I know you guys are super impatient and you want all to answer your questions, so we're going to dig into it, and like always, as a meritocratic system, we'll have to go for the first question that was asked by Till, and now the first question we're getting from him. And it's great to see as well that very often we're seeing the same people asking different questions but has as much as success. And I think so a little bit, a few months ahead from now, when we'll have a forum that will enable us all to centralize all these great conversations and to bring the meritocracy, Till, for example, but as well the Jim in Park or Frankie that we always see all the time, you'll definitely get rewarded for all these great questions that you're asking. So just to remember, the question that was from the Trello is revenue forecast for 2018 was 32 million Swiss francs in the white paper. What's the current expectation on revenue with delayed of release on Cryptalian? I'll answer one part of it, and then after Anthony will take on like always, because we always work in pair. So that's true. We, as Anthony said very well, as going into the ICO, we were still stigmatized a bit from our, let's say, former careers, where we were really focusing on fund management, and therefore it was very logical for us to put the Cryptalian and as well the off-chain fund as one of the main source of income for the 2018. And as we were positioned right now, I think so what you have to understand is that it is the best responsible way today to not launch the Cryptalian as soon as possible. And the reason why we're taking this responsibility choice is that we have to always be in line with market authorities, right? Can we create the Cryptalian? Yeah, the smart contract is already coded. So it's super easy. Can we distribute it? Yeah, we have an ICO platform, we can do that and accept, the 5 different cryptos and do an ICO with fiat as well. But are we entitled? Are we allowed to do so? That's the question. And as we're always thinking far away, ahead of the curve, we don't want to take a great risk. But there's good news with that, is that Lean, our head of legal, will be starting in 2 weeks from now. She has great experience working with cross-border activities in asset management. So essentially, it's one of her specialty. And furthermore, she has been working X amount of years with the FINMA. So she really has this great cross-border combined with the FINMA experience that will definitely help us to successfully launch the Cryptalian token hopefully soon. With the off-chain, we have a solution that is quite there. We are hoping in the next months to get the right licenses in order to distribute it and to start recruiting some investors and get revenue from that. But are we stopping on that? What happens, Anthony, if tomorrow we're not able to launch the Cryptalian? Will we able, all our community, to actually have investment products or not?
Yeah, for sure. So we can still find very well. The position we are right now is we are ready from the technical side to both have the off-chain fund and the Cryptalian, but we're not sure about regulation, as Cyrus mentioned. But to be honest with you, it's just a delay in time, and the time that we do not spend in launching this product. We just took this time, and we're still in, let's say, in advance. We are beyond the schedule to release the investment app, which is, let's say, the core application of SwissBorg anyway. That's the most important piece of the SwissBorg ecosystem. So, because we are co-founder and let's say the stability of the ecosystem at SwissBorg is what matters more, and of course we want to grow the community, but we want to grow in how can you say, controlled, not badly controlled, but we want to follow this path of
making responsible actions and taking for granted what we're allowed to do, not allowed to do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's our duty to bring you guys the best solution, but at the same time make sure that solutions are sustainable with the time that is going to pass and the framework of regulatory exchange that is going to come as well. So really we believe that we belong to the ICO 2.0 world and the blockchain 2.0 world as well, and we really want to bring this expertise to you guys and deliver product that we make sure that could sustain with time. That being said, because we do not spend time in launching the Cryptalian and the off-chain that are still on track, we're going to spend more time focusing on developing the investment hub, which will take place after the vote of the referendum.
Right, and essentially that, as you know, it'll be a 1, 2, 3 step, where the first step is you'll be logging on within the dashboard in putting on your wallet. The step number 2 is that you would choose different investment themes that will be based on market cap, on different, let's say, theme-based technology themes like only proof of stake cryptos, or if not, it will be more looking at different geographics or different investment strategies. And you'll have this whole different platform. So think about like Netflix, a lot of different movies. And when you click on it, it will actually automate a portfolio on exchange, and then it will diversify your portfolio and automate all the rebalancing of your portfolio within few clicks. And that is, again, for us, the best cyber investment platform. We call it cyber investment platform, and it's probably the best way that actually legally we will be allowed to deliver that.
So yeah, to finally answer the question, coming back on the figures, because most of the figure were based on both Cryptalian and off-chain fund, and because it's delayed right now, obviously the figures for 2018 will be revised to something less higher than what we forecast on the first place. But if you look at the global picture, that's for the next 5 years, we strongly believe that at the end we're going to achieve the forecast that we made.
Yeah, exactly. That means we could jump to question number 2. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And maybe just one last thing about revenues. Fundamentally, as we know right now, in the crypto space, it's very hard to give valuations based on that. And we're very, and it's even hard to see actually projects even making any dime, or having at least a product. Don't forget us, we're already 2 months after our ICO is finished, maybe 3, and we're already offering a referendum, which is the first solution actually to get rewarded. And we're doing that because we want to make sure that not only the first comers benefit from everything, but as well we want to make sure that we do all our possible in order to our token that's now at a poor price of 4 cents to appreciate much better, because we really want to give value to our token and making sure our utility token has a lot of different matters. So moving to question number 2, thank you Jimmy in Park, really cool about you asking this question. Dear Cyrus, thank you for effort for Nancy, she will take us to the moon. So thank you guys so much about Nancy. You know, she's very young and we're very happy to have her. She's really helping us on the Chinese market, but as well creating an event that you all, by the way, CHTB token holders are invited for free. It's going to take place most probably on June 14th, 15th, and 16th. It'll be kick-ass. So for all you guys watching, it's free for the 3 days. And for accommodation, we cannot ensure you that, but we will try to find solutions that do make sense. But not only Nancy, we're bringing in more and more talented women, which is great because we need more equal gender within the blockchain and especially the fintech space. So, you know, as I said, there's Lean as well joining us very soon. Mariam as well, she'll be joining us. There's Amber just joined us, the Japanese team. So yeah, we're really focusing, making sure as well that we have a diverse, let's say, people, and that come from around the world, and making sure that at least, you know, we can put at least some of us are be women. So it's a great thing. Frankie, could you give me more details on the Bitmain deal? Did they buy in the ICO through the exchange or SwissBorg directly? Didn't notice any big buys on an announcement. That is true. They have bought prior to the ICO. So it was not during the ICO, but before the ICO. And we're very proud of this. Bitmain is most probably really the most profitable company in the whole blockchain space. And which is great as well, is that obviously, you know, there are one of the biggest miners. It's a Chinese-based company. So we're really grateful to have them and to team up with them. Actually, our roadshow that I'll be going with Christophe and other people, I think so Amber will be coming, maybe Alex as well. We'll be going actually to Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Beijing, Shanghai. We'll be doing it, maybe touring with them, probably touring a lot with them. We'll have a lot of cool events to promote their new decentralized exchange. We'll probably kick ass as well. And obviously we'll do the offers about the promotion about SwissBorg and our ecosystem. And we're really hoping to really, to gain market share and market cap within the Chinese market, because, you know, it's a big market that we didn't actually took action during ICO. But now that we have a strong, reliable partner and we are growing our Chinese team more and more, we have a lot of different advisors and people focusing on it, we're quite confident that this could be a huge market for us. Is there any words you want to comment on that?
No, I just noticed that, Frankie, you were saying that you didn't notice any big buys on announcement. But I think, once again, first of all, the current market conditions are not very favorable to this kind of news. That's one aspect. But more important than that, we are here really to, let's say, to build something that is strong on the mid-term and the long term. And we're not using this as a news. We're just saying to the community, now we have a partnership with Bitmain. We are constantly in exchange of ideas, of competencies as well, because we come from a world where we know stuff about financial market, and we want to bridge once again the two worlds, so we can bring some competencies back to the crypto space. At the same time, Bitmain is a historical player on the crypto space, so we have a lot to learn from them. And I mean, we are in contact with them. We have this strong relationship. We are in Beijing, China, doing some meetup with them, and we believe that on the long term and the mid term, we will find synergy and it will benefit to the SwissBorg ecosystem. But once again, we're not just here to create the hype, a short-term hype, but really to strengthen the bond of the SwissBorg ecosystem with the community.
I'm reading all your comments at the same time. Crypto Troll, you make me laugh all the time. Thank you so much for being serial active. Thank for Bruno as well. Roger, we'll get back to your answer regarding licenses. Hard to follow up all the guys and all the questions, but that brings us most probably to question number 5. Four or 5. Michal, could leftover referendums token be equally spread to ICO participants as extra bonuses? So that was the idea, but is that going to happen?
No, that's not how we decide to implement the let's say leftover tokens, but we're going just to make the next prize pool bigger.
Like a lottery, right? If no one gets the 10 million, well, eventually then the next one you have 20 million. If no one gets the 20 million, the next one you get like 30, 50, whatever. So it'll be that same principle, whereas that the unused rewards will go to future rewards. And why? Because if not, it's way too complicated just to maintain that system. Maybe one day we'll change that system, but for the time being, for sure, it will be way overcomplicated for transactions, recalling all wallets and this and that. So we decided to responsibly once more to just make the unsold tokens, unrewarded tokens, get rewarded for the next term.
Yeah. So the next question is from Andrew in London, asking, please provide an update on banking license application. Is this a contingency if licenses are not granted?
And that's for Roger, you too, and a lot of people. So on that, yeah, look, you have to be legit to make it, right? And if you're not legit, it's really hard to profoundly be successful company, right? There's 2 ways around it, right? You could be a Uber and say, fuck off, guys, I do what the fuck I want, and then eventually I'll figure it out. Or there's a smarter way, is that you really try to implement all different investments, more services and products that are already okay in certain business, and you make it applicable within your framework. And that's what we're doing, for example, for the indices. It's a very similar platform that robo-advisors have, and as we're not holding your assets, because it'll be within your wallet, then we don't take responsibility and we're not a fund anymore, right? So we're trying to make it sure that all our business model does not need any precise banking, deposits, or other different licenses that requires really one to have it in order to deliver it. So with that being said, again, we're very, very happy that Lean will be joining us as of next week as head of legal. We're working on a lot of different jurisdictions. If you guys checked out my LinkedIn today, it's been 2 weeks. A lot of people are having great rumors about Malta, and it seems to be a really cool place for crypto. And on top of it, it's in Europe, so you have 27 countries behind it. So we will definitely be looking into it. This is a very early stage to talk about it, but this is something that we're very, very inclined to do that. We're still looking at different other jurisdictions, but let's say they're not as crypto friendly as we thought. And besides that, there's some more offshore, more open, let's say more open-minded countries where now we're really trying to get several licenses. And the different licenses that we want essentially is fund management license, that is to obviously manage funds. Then security broker dealer license is a second one that will be very nice to have. EME for the payment services that we'll be developing out of Japan. The cryptocurrency exchange license that we like to have, and we have already applied in Japan, and we're looking for other places as well. And eventually the best one, the banking license that could be able to do a lot of things. But with the banking license and the other licenses, the main issue we're facing today is that there's no for crypto besides in Japan, and or some other countries like Gibraltar, and we're looking into it. We're really looking into it, but it's still on this unsure territory. So we have companies around the world, we have different structures, we have great law firms that we work with and internal as well, and we're really trying to make sure that as soon as we get the green light on one, we'll be opening it. And like, for example, that's what we're doing for the off-chain fund in Gibraltar, that's what we're doing for the exchange in Japan. And we're making really sure that we're not like closing our eyes and just throwing darts. We know the world map. We know strategically every country that is friendly, not friendly, or trying to be friendly with crypto. And in all these countries, we have people on the ground that are working. And the next spot where we need people is in Malta. So if any of you guys are in Malta, guys, call us and let's try to organize a trip maybe next week or whatever, whenever the people is ready, to make it and talk to regulators over there and see what we can do.
Yeah. Another key aspect as well is when you build a bank, not only you have the license to get, but you have to have the right architecture as well to operate. What we see right now in the crypto space, we do have wallets, we have ledger, we have big legit company, but I would say the infrastructure is not really ready yet to work as a bank. The format of the infrastructure is not ready yet to operate as a bank. It's still unclear why or why not, but the main reason that I see is wallets are data. And usually when you deal with data in the banking system, in the banking industry, you need to come with a strong architecture. Most of the time you need to have hardware and certification to deal with this data, the data of your client. And most obviously, when you deal with wallets, you need to have a strong architecture. What we are currently doing as well is not rushing toward the banking license. It's in our roadmap, but it's not a top priority because the most priority for us is to build the software, so the investment app, and at the same time the right architecture on the hardware side. And this is not our specialty, the hardware, but we are in Switzerland. We are lucky enough to be in Switzerland, where the best cryptographers in the world are here. And actually, that's not official yet, but we're in discussion with a very talented and very promising company that is currently building institutional grade solution, and we want to have a very strong partnership with them to become partner right now, that we can build all the infrastructure of SwissBorg on a very strong framework. And this is one of the key that we need to have right now, and then pretend to be a bank. That came first with the architecture, because all the other people that just rushing for the banking license, in 1 year or 2 years from now, when the regulator will understand better the blockchain, they will say, okay, this future or these services need to be implemented with this level of technology. And unfortunately, the technology that is available right now will not match the standard that would be required from the regulator upon it.
And that's a fantastic point, Anthony. Thanks for bringing it up. You know, we always talk about mainstream blockchain cryptos, right? And mainstream is going to happen when we find this solution in order to securely actually hold all the data, hold all the cryptos within a very easy, friendly framework on software based, but hardware based as well. I mean, we already partnered up with BitGo for the solution of software, we think was a great way, but we definitely are quite confident that going forward they'll have better and better solutions, and we want to be forefront because we're always thinking ahead of the curve and making sure that we deliver the best products in the most secured way, and that's the reason why Anthony was explaining exactly our vision and why we're partnering up with different firms such as those.
Okay, next question, Frankie. When will the web trading platform be operational, and how long until we start generating revenue, I guess, with this trading platform? So I think we pretty much answered already this question, but to summarize, on one side, our strategy for licenses is very clear. We are applying in different jurisdictions to get, as Cyrus mentioned, both the broker-dealer license and investment management license. These two licenses are key to operate the investment hub. On the technical side, so currently we have the referendum. At the end of the referendum, we will know which technology we're gonna use to develop the first version of the investment app, either the web, a web responsive app, or a pure native mobile app. Of course, both technology imply different level of complexity, and if at the end you choose the mobile app technology, it might take 1 month longer than if we just choose to use the web responsive. But from all the discussion that we have internally with the tech team, that we are still hiring new talented people. I mean, on a daily basis, we do interview, etc. And this is a still growing team. But right now, with what we know, with the team that we have internally, our timeline that we can expect to have the product ready is between 4 to 5 months. And it's going to be an operational product. We're going to have a marketing strategy as well, a community acquisition strategy, because once again, SwissBorg could not exist without its community, so that's a very main focus for us. And we will be ready to generate revenue in 5 months from now.
Right. Next question, exchanges. Thank you, Till, for that great question. That's been answering. Yeah, we're now in discussion with 2 main exchanges. One is a big one. Actually, they're both big. Asian-based. It's a hard thing. All the exchanges have different policies, and you know, we're really hoping to get in listed on these 2, which is very important. Actually, a 3rd one as well. 3 Asian ones actually. So, but then it's about you have to show as well what's the true nature of the business, is it, and how we could as well increase volume. So that's very important. So I think so as we grow and get more and more volume, I think so that will definitely, let's say, make the click for the exchanges, that they'll be willing, obviously, to list our token, because, you know, if you don't have a fair amount of volume, for, you know, for most exchanges is less interesting. So as hopefully markets will pick up soon, I think so we'll have more and more volume to that, and then we'll have a better use case, let's say, to show face to the different exchanges that we've been talking to for, you know, a few months already right now. So yeah, there's 3 of them there on the lists, and you know, we're always making sure to hopefully give you the best exchanges and where we'll have most volume and biggest community behind it.
But once again, the main priority for us is to bring this investment up live. This is how we think that the community will grow. It's not adding an additional exchange. Of course, it's important. It's part of the roadmap to offer more and more liquidity to the CHSB, but it's come as well with growing the existing community. And it's come with the investment hub.
Yep. So that goes along with the second question. So how we'll be building more and more community. I think so. There's a few countries we haven't been very active, and we regret about that. So if there's any German guys, sorry, we didn't been really active in Germany. There's 2 or 3 people have contacted us to be our community managers over there. We'll be very happy to take more people on board, especially for Munich region, which we don't have, for Berlin region as well. So those are 2 places that we will definitely have more meetups and start building more and more communities, because there's already a lot of people that participate during the ICO, which is fantastic. I think so we have to be bigger in Australia. Heads up to all the Australian guys that have messaged me recently. I haven't got back maybe to everyone, but I'll try to do it rather tonight or tomorrow. We have to grow as well in Australia. We don't really have a market plan for Australia right now. There's a few people who want to help us out, but that's something we have to build going forward. We have as well China. Well, that's pretty much, I mean, we know where we're getting with China. That's a big market that we're really concentrating the last month and a half, and this big road trip was going to be big, and we have like at least 4 people only specializing on the Chinese market right now, so that's great. Then we have Holland. I think so I'm going to go there quite soon. I'm a speaker for a conference, but that's really, the Netherlands is really a land that we have not, we have a huge community there, but we haven't really took action, and it'll be great to do that. But again, when I always talk about how the community development, you could do a lot of events, and it's really great to meet you and have these different lives as well. But I think so where we're going to capitalize a lot of our interest from different communities is when we're going to have the forum ready, and that's going to take some time. And you know, I mean, few people heard about this forum, but essentially it'll be a forum where we could have, you know, we will be able to communicate each other. We'll have different moderators, we'll have gamification, different channels with different purposes, and the thing what's going to happen is that so all you guys that invested during the ICO, you'll be like, you'll have enough points in order to access all different channels, and the people who will be entering the platform, they'll have access to a few channels. And then if they want to, for example, get pre-ICO deals or more investment data or signals or whatsoever, more premium type of information, then they will have to rather participate within the investment committee, investment forum, be very active and earn points. Or the second way would be then to buy a big amount of CHSB tokens that enable us to unlock all the different features within this investment forum. And I think so this is a great way how we're really going to spread as community, and will be represented everywhere, and it'll be a multilingual as well support. So it will be great for Japan, Korea, and other markets that obviously are not that fluent in English.
Mm-hmm. And well, marketing is one thing. What we do as well is strong alliance with initiative or project that we strongly believe that going to be key players in the crypto space in the coming years. And this is our as well. We believe that the community will grow at SwissBorg is by selecting the right project. We are financing some right project. We're participating in right project. We speak about making partnership, alliance for the future, and belong to an ecosystem, build a very holistic ecosystem at SwissBorg, financial ecosystem, where you can find the best of breed investment solution and best of breed infrastructure, as we mentioned earlier. And this is the end goal, but it's not going to happen overnight. It will take times to materialize, but we are very confident in the strategy that we just have in place, and the team that we are currently building, where everyone work in trust and everyone follow the vision that both myself and Cyrus have for the SwissBorg future.
And that you have as well. So I think so that answered a bit the two of your questions still. So that would go probably, many people don't get rewards by voting. So that's one of the utility going forward, as well as how you could take part within the investment forum and how you can have access to different channels. And that's a way. So early adopters, you'll be whitelisted, and it'll be a way how you could get access to different channels going forward. We'll like to build a meritocratic system where whoever actually is within the platform and contributes to different activities actually gets rewarded in CHSB tokens as well, or other ERC20 tokens. So that'll be a second feature that we always talked about, how the CHSB could really gain value, and that's inspired by one of the best techs in the space for me, which is Teemit. And it won't be exactly the same thing, but it'll be inspired at that type of level, mixed a bit like with Overstack Flow, if you guys know about Overstack Flow. It's a bit of a combination of those two different forums, and that will hopefully take place. I would say most probably Q4 of this year, hopefully. So we'll have like easy add-ons first, and then as we will be building it more and more, we'll have a centralized community that could take action, and then we'll be adding these different features. We just talked about it. I really think so that's going to be the evolution of banking, where really all together you could talk about trades, you could talk about investment opportunities, you could talk about a lot of different things within the wealth management era and wealth management industry, and get rewarded for that same matter.
Gamification level as well.
Of course.
And thanks for the question about the CHSB utility, because this is a discussion that we have very frequently, is how to enforce, how to provide you guys with more and more utility in future for the CHSB. I think we don't have the full picture yet, because it's going to evolve.
Very true.
With all different projects that we're going to lead at SwissBorg, or even your suggestion, and that's why we strongly believe that the wisdom of the community is so important, because as human we cannot see every option or every best option for the community, and we have to be very humble and to just take into account that we could not have the best decision each time. And so we brainstorm a lot of quite often with the team together, and hopefully we try to build more and more channels to brainstorm with you guys. And this is really a strong commitment on our side to make the CHSB token even more utile that it is today with the voting system.
Yeah, that's super true, and that's why we're really putting always at in the center of SwissBorg this referendum, because the referendum, as Anthony explained very clearly, is the best way how you guys could make all of us much stronger and better, and that's really consensus for us is the most important of all. And as we grow, more and more referendums will happen. Hopefully this next referendum that will take place very soon will go smoothly. And as the process will be going on, we'll probably have, more within the dashboard. It'll be easier and easier to do different referendums, and we'll be very happy to make it more active and have many more if it happens that it does work very well on your side and on what we see on the technical side as well. So getting back to age next to off-chain equal to crypto fund institutional investors roadmap that will be powered by Cryptalian technology. Yeah, off-chain fund is like by Cryptalian. That's quite correct. There's not much difference. So you have multi-strategies within the fund. Cryptalian, the same thing, managed pretty much similar. The main difference is that on one you have institutional setup that costs money, and the other side you just have awesome kick-ass smart contracts which are pretty free. So it's the same thing, same as t-shirt says in Thailand, but different.
Maybe two last questions maybe.
We still have 15 minutes to go, so we could have a few questions. Okay. Asia, what's the main purpose of Asia? Obviously Ken Yagami is our CEO in Japan, and as well co-partner Alexander Fazel, my older brother. The idea is, why Japan first? Obviously, it makes sense. One of the biggest market in the world, and we're looking at two different things: is cryptocurrency exchange and payment solutions. We strongly believe, as probably a lot of people know, in Japan, everyone now is paid in bills, notes, and eventually, what there's going to happen is that they're not going to go really to credit cards. They're going to go to QR codes, and QR codes will go for crypto. Bit like China in some way. China, until 5 years ago, 95% transactions were done in notes. Now 70% are done by WeChat. So we think it's a great opportunity for us to have a strong presence in one of the biggest capitals of crypto. And we're very looking forward to develop these two different business activities. With that being said, we're not the regular, let's say, people that say Asia is only Japan. No, I mean, Japan is one country in Asia, China is a very different one, Korea is a different one, Malaysia, Thailand. So we definitely think that we will be able to sell our services in different countries. But again, if anyone are listening and you're based in Korea and Seoul, or if you're based in KL, I think I'm going there. If Alex is not going there on 22nd, by the way. But yeah, I'll be there maybe. If you're guys in Singapore or whatsoever countries, you want to help, you want to promote, or yourself, you have a great project that's 100% aligned with the community's needs, and you're looking for funding or whatsoever, or for bigger shoulders to help you out to dig up legally, technologically, or financially your projects. Always, we're very happy to hear you guys, and you could always contact us on Cyborg at SwissBorg.com or Cyrus at SwissBorg.com or Telegram whatsoever. The C-share, RK, the C-share. So we're shifting from the C-share to the asset tokenization model that we're building in France. We're not going to go too much in depth to this because this is still at our early stage. That we have a great team working at it, but we're not going to be promoting it too much. Maybe you want to have a few words on it, Anthony?
Yeah, sure. So the C-share was so that's a project of tokenization of the Swiss share. Each jurisdiction is different. And it's not clear yet. In Switzerland, we are still in this phase where it's R&D stuff, and we're brainstorming with the different guys that we have here that we work with. Misha, for example, that has been a project that he does have a strong interest in. So we're in discussion, we're testing some of the thing, and we're discussing on the other side with lawyers to make sure that the process, how we implement it, could make the C-share happen. But we're not sure yet. There is no clear framework. We just, the only solution that we have is say, we have this kind of law text actually, and this is the interpretation that we have. On the other side, we have countries like France where there is two main. The law is much more clear. First of all, when you have an unlisted securities, you can use, that's official, and this is the only country in Europe at least that you can find that have such a rules. You can use the blockchain technology as a legit ledger for the holder of your unlisted security. So that's a massive step for the tokenization process, and this is a topic that we are currently investigating with a competent team in France, and you will hear about this project soon. On the other side in France, it's very clear as well how you can lead crowdfunding campaign, and when you merge these two text of law of these several text of law, you can build a very clear process of asset tokenization for an asset. And this is one topic that we are currently exploring. And let's say that, for instance, the C-share is on the R&D side, and this is not because it's from the analysis that we have is a bit unclear. So this is not where we put all the effort. It's still a topic at SwissBorg, but it's not the main priority. On the other side, we have the, as I mentioned, we have this French law framework that help a lot in security tokenization, and you're gonna hear soon about the new development that we have made on that side.
And always to benefit, obviously, the CHSB. So essentially what will happen if that go for an ICO, then a big amount of the tokens will go to CHSB token holders, what is always what we're trying to do, making sure our community is the strongest one, that we're all aligned together, and together we decide what's the new face of this new financial era.
I've seen another question as well that seems to be a bit, not aggressive, but an anonymous just say, do you think it is professional for team members to show off their new cars after the ICO? I just would like to say that before the ICO we were living together with Cyrus, sharing a nice flat. And right now we didn't buy any villa, we still live together on the co-sharing. I mean, he's my flatmate, I'm his flatmate. We are still very humble. The salary that we have right now are very conservative.
After 1 year and a half?
After 1 year and a half, yeah. And there is no single invoice that we receive that we do not try to negotiate. We are very conservative. Raising 50 million doesn't mean for us that we're going to change our way of living. We are still very strongly committed to SwissBorg, and the ICO is just the starting point of the adventure for us. It just allows us to hire a very good team, to build a core team, to be attractive as well, because it was a challenge, and we managed to came through this first challenge, and we are very happy with the inertia that it's gave that the ICO gave to SwissBorg. But the way we live, we're still working on the weekend, and we are still very committed, and our life didn't change that much.
No, exactly. I mean, I didn't buy a Lamborghini, won't buy a Lamborghini. I did buy an electric scooter for 185 euros, that's it. But no, essentially nothing has changed. We're recruiting more and more people, again, in a very startup bootstrap mode. We're changing offices though. Here is Gotham, it's a really nice, cool place. But for confidentiality issues, we're gonna have a new office that we're co-sharing with a different other investment company as well. Still here in Lausanne. Other places around the world, as you notice, people, if you check them out, we're all in different co-working spaces. So we're always keeping humble. And the reason why we're humble is because first, if you get into those Lambos, you get a bit soft, I think so. Second, we don't have money. We only have your tokens and your money that you trusted us in order to make our community much stronger, much better, and to reshape this new financial era altogether. So we're very aware about that. We know exactly that today you elect us in order to make that our DAO does kick ass and you do regain control of your wealth. And we know that very well. We are in some way just elected as part of the community to work hard and make sure that we deliver whatever we promise and whatever you want and you desire. and that will be happening on our next referendum, what will take place very soon. We're super excited about this. It will be one of a great milestone that we'll be achieving all together. I don't know what's going to be the vote. Anyways, both case scenario, one will be on a mobile kick-ass, and you'll have ability to be on the go. The other one, you'll have to sit on your computer. You'll have some responsibility. It'll be responsive, so you'll be able to access on your phone. We'll probably have more features, but obviously will be less lean, and the UX won't be probably as easy flowing that on the app. So both of them are very interesting. We're really looking forward to see which one you guys are going to choose. And with that ado, guys, again, thank you so much for being very active.
Yeah.
Share, like, comments. Please be very active on Facebook, on Reddit. Things are going on. We really have to shift a bit of energy from Telegram and other social media on Reddit, as we still don't have the the investment forum ready. I think so that'll be better, a more way to canalize the different questions and making sure we're answering them. That'll be a great thing to have. And again, this guys is a meritocratic system, so whatever you think, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to bring on the table, please do it. Contact us. Be the person who really wants to gain control of his wealth, and
let's reshape the wealth management
all together, guys. And let's make it happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. And
thank you guys for watching us. Ask us nice questions. It's always nice for us to receive the community feedback. Positive or negative comments is always something that we appreciate, and we try to build on. We know that so far it hasn't been perfect on all the different projects that we have launched. The support has been a bit messy, but once again, we react, and we're going to bring you a good solution.
Yeah, so guys, keep tuning in and take care.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.